Welcome back to Living the Wiccan Life. In part 2 of our episode, we speak with Babalawo, Odi-Leke, Kulevich, Ifa-Bi. The Babalawo will speak about how he came to Ifa, about Ifa's origins as an African religion and growth into a global religion. Ifa is a very ancient religion which is much misunderstood in modern society. The Babalawo will speak about Ifa believers' hopes for greater acceptance and understanding in the future. I'm sure that you'll enjoy this interview.
Hi, my name is Alan Kulevich, but my title is Babalawo. Odi-Leke is my sign in Ifa, and my name in Ifa is Ifa-Bi, which is Ifa is born with me.
Let me ask you about Afro-diasporic religion in general and the different branches of it.
Very good. The branch that I practice is either Lukumi or partially Yoruban. I'm initiated through the Lukumi system. What it is, to explain completely, is that the Orishas were a religion that actually came out of Western Africa and Nigeria. The Yoruban people are the most, is where the home of this religion comes from. They have Orisha worship, and also they pray for their ancestors, the Egun, and their own Ori. But with the transfer of the Orisha worship throughout the world, it has picked up several different names. Orisha worship in Cuba is considered Lukumi, the actual name for it, and that's why I said I am initiated through the Lukumi system. There's also several other branches throughout the world, but the other nameable one is in Brazil, which is Candomblé, but it is a worldwide religion. Orisha worship, the quickest way to kind of relate it for people who do not understand it, is kind of like in the Catholic system. They're kind of like angels. Okay, the best way to explain it. In the system, we don't directly pray to God. God has so much to take care of in the universe that we go to His the Orishas, which are like His assistants. There's 200 Orishas on the right-hand side, 201 Orishas on the right-hand side of God, and there's 201 Orishas on the left-hand side of God. But in total, there is only 401 Orishas. Eshu, which we can delve into, but Eshu is the one Orisha that can go on the good side or the bad side of God. The 201 Orishas on the right-hand side are like Eshu, Shango, Obatala, different Orishas of the light. The Orishas on the left-hand side of God are considered like death, sickness, loss, problems, negativity. And as I mentioned, 201 on the right, 201 on the left. The one variance, the one that goes between both, is Orisha Eshu, because he is the messenger. He can bring good as well as bad. So,
would it be fair to say that Orisha worship is found everywhere that people from Africa have settled?
Yes, easily. And it's even spreading far beyond that. There are now, there's a lot of Orisha worship in Europe and Asia, and it's all over the world. It is a worldwide religion, which is good.
Now, you're not yourself African.
No, I am not. No, I am not.
So it would be fair to say that this religion is practiced by people of many different backgrounds.
Definitely. It is, as all religions should be. It is an open door for everybody. It is, a way to better your life. The whole purpose of even myself being part of this religion too is what is called Iwa Pele. It is to have good character, to be of good character, and with helping out other people to get to their proper destiny, their proper road.
How did you come to this path?
Within my own life, as everybody who finds religions, I had about 12 years ago, I was in the military, and I had been through some very traumatic events. After coming out of the military, my life was completely unsettled, unstable, doing too many of the wrong things, leading too much of the wrong life. My brother, the true one that has helped me out in my life, my leader, the one who has opened the path for me, he specifically said that you can't continue living like this. You are meant to have a long and prosperous life, and the road that you're leading right now is not as it should be. Through that, I started to receive my warriors, which is Eshu, Ogun, Ochosi, and Osun. They helped to start actually making things move, started opening the roads in my life. On completion of that, the next thing that came out was I needed my one hand of my and other names for it are Owo Ifa Kan in Nigerian, or Lamano de Ifa, which is considered to have the one hand of God, able to, or one hand of Ifa, to able to actually speak to heaven to try and get things moving. With everything else in life as good things, there's always a price tag. Mine was to become a Babalawo, which is no regrets whatsoever, which is what has made life very good. And it's kind of funny too, because even, moving towards Ifa was a hard road for me. It was some people look at where I sit now and they think that my life was always like this, and it absolutely was not. Ifa has brought me to a good plateau, to a good evenness in life. After a couple of years once I was initiated to Ifa, which happened in 2001, after that, my life started to get better. It got to the point where when I first received Ifa, I thought, well, I will be working Ifa for myself. Okay. But after a short period, after about 2 years of studying and laboring with Ifa and making things happen for other people, it got to the point where my own problems were like nothing. They were like only little speed bumps in the road. And I started to look around me and I saw the devastation that other people had, and it was my time to come forward and start helping other people.
What special challenges do you feel that the Ifa community faces in the world today?
And in truth, the biggest is stereotype. Absolutely stereotype. People see movies, and Hollywood has been extremely unkind to the religion, as they have been to many other religions, paganism, Wicca. I'm not bashing the message that they are conveying. I'm just saying the way that they are conveying it is absolutely wrong. It is not a religion of bloodthirst or anything of that manner. Sometimes there is animal sacrifice, which is used in order to try and clear problems in people's lives. At the same time, we're also elevating the animals that we use for sacrifice. But animal sacrifice is not the biggest part of it. It is just the fact of trying to bring people back to their true destiny. Everybody thinks they know their destiny, but only heaven truly knows what a person's destiny is.
And this is not at all a new religion. It's a very old religion.
There's a lot of I have nothing to actually on paper prove it, as any religion truly does not have. Nobody has any historical documents signed on the day that the religion started. But there's a lot of people that say that the Orisha worship was actually going on about 1,000 years or maybe 2 before even Christianity.
Now, this movement originates in Africa, and I believe that you're one of several Babalawos who are working to bring over a group of Babalawos from Africa to the Chicago area for advanced teaching? Yes.
What this is for is, in order to strengthen our own house, we want to get learn as much about the religion from as many different kind of societies, through the Lukumi, through the Yoruban, and anybody else that is elders that are willing to teach. Because it is important to understand that whether I was practicing this, the religion here, or Florida, or Cuba, or Nigeria, or even Brazil, it's the fact that we're practicing it, and the more educated we can possibly be, the better I can make the life for my godchildren and the people around me. So it is important, in order to bring alternate voices in, to educate.
And if people would like to find out more about that, about the petition to help bring those people here to teach, they could email you?
Yes. My email address is KULEA, as in Alan, 641 at robertmorris.edu. Or you can contact me directly at 708-227-4588, along with any other questions that you might have.
And what would you like to see in the future in terms of the relationship between Ifa and the rest of the world?
I'd like to see a lot more unity. I'd like to see a lot more understanding. As far as when I say unity, because no matter how you come to God, or who your higher power is, it is a matter that we all need to work together, because it's for the common goal. I say with Ifa that this is what has brought me to happiness, but this is not truly what, this is not everybody's road. As long as everybody finds their road to the higher power, that's what is important. So as I say, unity, which will definitely come through education and understanding. As I always speak to my own Godchild, the more educated you are about your ways of finding God, the stronger you will be, which is truly important to me.
Is a Babalawo like the equivalent of a high priest, a bishop, or is there an equivalency?
To that question, there is and there isn't. A Babalawo would be considered kind of like a priest. There are higher titles within the Babalawos. The Araba is considered the highest. There is an Araba in Ifa that is the world's highest Babalawo. He's typically the oldest, but there are many different titles within the religion as amongst the Babalawos, just to differentiate title. But Babalawo is the most common.
If people would like to learn more about Ifa, are there any books or sources that you would like to recommend to them?
Oh, definitely. A very good source as far as books is William Bascomb. He is a prolific writer, and he is very exacting on the attention to detail for this religion. In addition, also John Mason. John Mason, I can't think of the names of the books offhand, but most anything written through John Mason is definitely a good source of information. As well as the internet, but just be very careful on the different sites in the internet, because some sites are very good and some sites are not so good. I can't think of any of the sites offhand, but the best source is always a teacher, a good teacher of the religion.
Finally, if people would like to contact you, could I have you give your email address again?
Definitely. My email address is KULEA as in Alan 641 at robertmorris.edu. Also, to my direct telephone number is 708-227-4588. I'm available for classes, also just for private conferences, also for divination and anything else to help try and put people on the right path.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donald. I appreciate it.
I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Living the Wiccan Life, and you'll join us again in future episodes as we continue to bring you the best interviews with pagan and alternative spiritual leaders from around the world. Until next time, may you blessed be.